So, welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least three topics each week. And the three of us, for those who aren't already aware, are our point person, Star, our optimistic realist.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Wow. That was aggressive.
Enthusiastic. Let's go.
Okay, at the center of our threesome, Magic, our voice of reason.
Anything that can be solved with self-control is not a disease.
Okay. And bringing up the rear as usual, it's me, Storm, and I identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group.
You should have stayed drinking where you were.
Yeah, but I got a 3-drink limit before, 2-drink limit, because on the third one I become a hoe and I don't really need to be around coworkers like that.
Wait, let me write that down. 3 drinks. Okay. Noted. Okay. So
More
anyway.
importantly, I'm taken and she can fight. Let's slow down.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about, let me give you a little background. A friend of mine is dating a man currently.
Yay for being straight in 2021.
Sure. So she's dating a man who she has noted is prone to crying fits.
Ain't nothing worse than the bitch ass nigga. Oh wait, I was just thinking
He
Onyx
gets
songs.
emotional about things, and he'll just, he's weepy, and this annoys her very much. Now, I'm not one for crying men either, and I don't know how fair that is or isn't. Given the fact that, we always want men to, own their feelings and, not repress them and all this other stuff.
No, you don't. You just say that shit.
No.
No woman on earth want no emotional ass dude.
Okay.
Not an overly emotional dude.
Not overly emotional. But, okay, here's my thing. I don't like overly emotional people.
Okay. Which is the extension of our topic. So
right, because I don't like overly emotional women. My brother's ex-wife's mother was crying on my shoulder at my dad's funeral, and that was the most annoying thing in the world to me.
Now see, that doesn't bother me.
Oh, it bothered the hell out of me. Why are you crying at my dad's funeral on my shoulder about some shit that don't have nothing to do with my dad? Okay.
Because it probably triggered something else for him, like a parent in his
Her.
Okay.
Her.
Oh, but wait a minute. Okay, so her. But wait a minute. Hold on. So was she a good friend of yours? She know your your dad?
No. I met the woman like twice in my life. She is my brother's ex-wife's mom.
So it triggered something else for her.
Oh, shit.
Okay. She was annoying. That was annoying as hell to me.
I mean, not necessarily like on your shoulder. I get that. That's like, okay, but yeah, no, funerals are triggers for people.
No, I get that. And if she was triggered about something that was remotely in memory to my father, it probably wouldn't have irritated me. But she crying on my shoulder about what a bad mom she is, or what a bad child she raised. Give a fuck. What?
Probably not the moment, but it's a fairly emotional event.
Okay, but I don't even talk to her child. Like, why are you crying to me about this bullshit? Like, I was very annoyed. But
No,
also,
I can
it
get
should,
being annoyed at that because it's like, yeah, I get that.
and it also should be noted that after the fact, I heard that this is just that those are just very emotional people, that they're prone to crying. They, even though they're not, even though they're not white women, they're prone to the white women cry constantly. And
What is the
you know
white
what I
women
mean by
cry?
that.
Now I'm wondering.
What I mean by the white woman cry?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. I
When
don't mess
you
with white
go
people.
back and
Sorry.
forth, when you go back and forth with an average white woman, like in an argument or a discussion or whatever, and you say, you know,
Anything
anything,
critical
they're liable to break down and cry. Like,
and cry.
yeah,
Anything. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. And I don't know if they give them a manual at birth on this or what, but yeah, the tears will flow, and the tears usually flow because they know that people in general feel bad for them when they start weeping. Doesn't
Sounds
work
like
the same way.
manipulation.
I'm sorry,
Sounds like manipulation.
and that is exactly what it is.
And in a lot of cases, it is manipulation.
Yes, a lot. Yes, I'd say probably a good 75% of the cases. That's what it is. I don't want to be criticized, so I'm gonna go weepy so
And how
that I
dare you?
so that you can stop. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it generally works on men. And I say men as a broad spectrum because it works on white men, black men, men. Cannot see that, like y'all, for whatever reason, cannot handle white women tears.
I don't
I
really
don't think
particularly
men
like
can
that you
handle
said
tears, period.
y'all.
Yeah. I don't
I
think
mean,
I
men,
got daughters. I
yeah.
can watch you cry. Man up, little punk.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily, I don't come from the frame of thought that men shouldn't cry at all. I believe that, for any human, a healthy cry is, vital to mental
absolutely.
health every now and then. You got to let that frustration and pain and anger or whatever, you got to let it go somehow, some way. So, but I've had guys who definitely used crying as a manipulation tool.
Manipulation, right?
Like, don't leave me, that kind of thing. And yeah, you might be genuinely hurt, but it's
Talking to
like,
you, Tyrese.
but we aren't even talking about breaking up. We're just having a disagreement, and you all of a sudden just break out crying, thinking I'm about to leave you. Like, what the hell is that?
Oh my God, that would make me run out the
Sound
room
like
faster.
abandonment
Yeah,
issues.
I can't.
I would be gone so fast.
I can't. I dated a guy who he has so much regret, like, that he wears like on his shoulders. So he'll get in his drunken stupors and get to talking, and it's like all this testosterone filled tough talk, like,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you breaking down because you done been an asshole to your kids, or whatever,
right.
you know
One of
Now
the
that's
two
more
is inevitably a fucking fraud. Live your truth.
right, but I mean that's more common, I think, is the men that get drunk and then get in their feelings and start crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For the record, I'm drunk at this moment, and nah,
please
son,
don't cry.
it will
Think
not
I can
happen.
handle it.
I would laugh at you.
Oh my
And that
god.
is why men do testosterone filled shit to try to overcompensate for the fact that they
Right.
No,
can't deal with their fucking
I'm
feelings.
sorry. I'm sorry. If you're drunk and crying, that shit is funny. It is never not going to be funny to me. And that's men, women, or, otherwise. If
Nah,
you
that's annoying to me. Shut your
Storm.
punk ass up.
what? If you are drunk and doing and you're doing drunk things and you start crying, that's funny. I'm sorry.
Aww.
I mean, that's different than, just talking about, you know, something that's traumatic and crying. That's different. But if you're doing it because you're drunk,
Whoa,
well,
whoa,
it
whoa, whoa, whoa,
also,
whoa, 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 whoa. This all started with you being at the dude at the barbecue and him crying about his brothers. Did you laugh?
no, but he wasn't drunk. He
Y'all
wasn't
party
drunk. He
differently.
wasn't on no
Okay.
drunk bullshit. We were having a serious conversation. He wasn't on no drunk bullshit.
That's my Uncle Charles, y'all. Okay.
Okay, I was just about to say it also would depend on what the subject is, that your drunk utterings bring up that you're crying about, whether or not I laugh. Because yeah, to me drunk people are fun. Tell me drunk people aren't funny. Drunk people are entertaining.
It depends
It
on the
depends.
person.
Drunk
I'm not a
people can be
liquid
funny and
courage.
annoying.
Well, that's true. And they're usually either one or the other.
Yeah. Like I'm not. I don't know what I am. I think I'm a funny drunk. I think. I don't know. I've never
Were
asked.
you only drinking on that one episode?
Yeah, but I wasn't really drunk. I was just buzzed.
Yeah.
So am I?
Yeah.
Am I a funny drunk?
I
I gotta go
mean,
back
you
and
would
listen
be to
to it.
me, but I mean, I
You
don't
would
think.
laugh at my pain anyway. No, just
Well,
like
no, no, because I mean, we would be having fun if we were drinking together. You know what I mean? So you'd be
yeah.
funny to me.
Okay.
Um, Also, neither one of us are the sloppy drunk kind of people. Like we're not gonna drink to the point where we don't know what the fuck we're saying. And you know what I
Not
mean? We're just
anymore.
well, yeah, that's what I
Uh,
mean. Not anymore. Yeah,
you're
we're not
still a
doing that.
violent drunk.
I'm sorry.
Said you're still a violent drunk.
I'm not a violent drunk. I'm a violent sober person. Just
Enhanced.
kidding. I'm not violent.
We had episodes
Mm,
where you have clearly stated that you are drinking. The proof
mm.
is put out there.
Okay, no. Again, my frustration comes out as violence. I was drinking because
Wouldn't
I was
that be the essence
frustrated.
of violent?
No.
If you are
No.
led towards handling things in a violent manner, that is literally being
Okay.
violent.
I'm not a violent drunk. Just so y'all know. Normally when I drink, like the more I drink, the sleepier I get. I take my
Do
ass
the
to
history,
sleep.
listeners.
Please, if y'all think that I was actually drunk, then you got another thing coming. Cause trust me, you have not seen me. You have not seen nor heard me drunk, sir.
Yeah.
But one day I'll give you the privilege, and then you can, see the difference. Because, you know, if I'm drunk, I'm probably asleep.
There's at least
So,
two episodes of this where you have clearly been drinking a considerable amount.
uh,
Find them if you will, people.
I I have been drinking, yes, a
I've been
considerable
drinking.
amount. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I mean, just because you think I'm drunk doesn't mean I'm drunk.
I didn't say you were drunk. I said you were drinking a considerable amount.
Okay. I mean, because to be fair, almost every one of these episodes I'm drinking. So, I mean, but like I said, sometimes you would never know it. But anyway, so yeah, emotional people are kind of annoying to me. So
Overly emotional, overly, and
overly
that
emotional, yeah.
that kind of segues into. the part two of our topic is, um,
Yeah.
Magic
like
topic.
overly sensitive people.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah.
Um, so I I don't know what is going on with people when you say something to them that they don't like. Like maybe they disagree, or they don't appreciate it or whatever. Not that not that you're being disrespectful, or disparaging or anything, but you're just saying something that they either don't agree with or don't like, and then they just shut down and get like super pissy about it. I'm just like, what? I don't understand this teenage mentality that grown people, supposedly grown adult people, have these days. Like, you can't say shit to anybody, without them getting pissed off. For example, woman walking out the restroom and she's got toilet paper on her shoe. Back in the day, somebody would be really grateful that you said, hey, you got toilet paper on your shoe. You're like, oh my God, that could have been so embarrassing.
Right.
These days, you tell a motherfucker that, so I knew it was there. Or,
Right.
something ridiculous, like they snatch it off and then get an attitude and look at you like
An
you should
attitude
have
with
said
you,
shit
right?
to them.
Like,
It's
right,
like,
like you
what
stuck
the
it there.
fuck? What in the hell? Like
Yeah.
this lady in the store the other day, all she did was this. She said, sweetheart, she was like, you are such a beautiful girl. She was like, I just felt like I couldn't not say to you something that you may not be aware of. She was like, you're young. She was like, and when I was young, I wore, clothes. I was half naked all the time too. And so I'm not downing you or anything in that nature. She was like, but she said the bottom part where like your thigh meets your behind is really, really dark. And I just kind of felt like if you knew that, you may not, would put it out there. The lady got pissed. And the bad part about it was black as hell and it looked disgusting. Like,
Mm.
you got the bottom of your ass cheek out. Okay, that's fine. If you feel like, and she was the appropriate size, so she could definitely wear what she had on. But your shit is black as hell. Like, you just, like somebody went over your shit with a magic marker. Like, put that
Okay.
away.
Okay. First of all, you.
Put that shit away.
Second
Put
of
it
all, why
away.
are you in public with the thigh to ass crease showing?
That's
you.
the thing.
Was
People
she a
love
Yeah.
stripper?
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a thing. That
that's
is
a
a thing.
thing.
Yes.
I need to move back to Atlanta. This some bullshit.
You
um.
think it's better there? Shit.
Right.
Yes, yes, very.
So what were you getting ready to fuss at me about? Because I'm just like, put that shit away. Like, it's black as fuck. Like, literally, that area is at least 4 tones, 4 shades darker than you are. Put some cocoa butter on it, and until you get it in order, put it away.
Or call me.
Well, I had an Atlanta joke. Because I was about to tell him if he goes to Atlanta, he'll get to see a whole bunch of men with their ass cheeks out too.
Right.
Yeah, that happens too, but I focus where I focus.
But yeah, I mean, people are very sensitive these days. But you know what it is? I think a lot of it is, and I hate to say it because, I'm not one of those people who like to blame shit on video games and television or the fucking internet, but I think a lot of it is
I'm about to blame the
internet.
internet.
I think a lot of it is the internet culture because, like, internet culture is so anything
The
somebody
filter that
says,
word we want to use.
you're looking for something wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like people are so ready to pounce on any little nuance. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah,
that we have brought that in to real life. That
You
everybody
too
who
much.
we don't know automatically means us harm by
Or
default.
even if you do know them, even if you
Or
like,
even if
okay,
you do. Yes.
I'll give you a real short example. Okay, so when I very first started out in photography, right? I was working this event. I'm only like 2 years in, and I was working this event, and I kept looking at my camera, like at the back of the picture. Some of the pictures I wasn't quite happy with, whatever, whatever. Now, mind you, I ran into this girl who was working the event, who I used to go to high school with, and she's running around and she's doing her thing, right? So I'm looking at the back of my camera, standing next to this other photographer, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. She walks up to me and she says, hey, I said yes. She was like, you see anybody else using a flash in here? And I was like, no. She's like, put it away. I was like, okay. So then she was like, let me see the back of your camera. She flips through a couple of pictures and then she said, watch what I'm doing. She flips a couple of knobs. She did this, blah, blah, blah. She said, now go take a picture. And I went to go take a picture and I was like, damn. And she was like, there you go. I'll see you later. And she went. So the guy standing next to me and was like, you wasn't mad at her. She was rude as hell. I was like, she was not rude as hell. She's working.
And she was trying to help.
She's trying to
Yeah.
help. She didn't have to stop and say shit. You understand? And hell
Right.
no, I'm not mad at nothing nobody tell me just because they didn't hold my hand and pat my fucking head before they did it.
Right.
Okay, that's
Exactly.
gonna make me some more money. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why would I be mad at that? But you understand? It's just like he was like, that'd piss me off. And I just looked at him like, you are so stupid. And it's that same idiotic mentality. Like, people are telling you things for your own fucking good, and they're not even being harsh about it. They just not, again, holding your hand and patting you on the fucking head before they do it.
Well, even if they are being harsh to me, if they're giving me information that's for my own good.
Right. That's gonna make me some more money. Like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
she didn't have to stop and say shit. And that's my whole point. People say stuff because they actually give a damn, but it's not looked at from that perspective. Folks don't have to say shit. They can see you running around with the toilet paper on the back of your shoe and let you embarrass yourself. Fuck it.
I think along with Storm, I'm gonna blame it on the internet and punk ass parenting, where a lot of people have an inflated sense of importance, where
Mm.
they think you can't say shit to them or you can't inconvenience them or you can't hurt their feelings.
But a lot
Fuck
of
you,
them
you're
didn't get
nobody.
but a lot of them don't get that at home, but they do get it at
Yeah.
school and
That's
you
why I
know,
say it's fucking punk ass parenting. And even in school, there's all these no bullying rules.
that's what I'm talking
The
about.
kids
Not just
really
in
think they can just walk up and say any fucking thing to anybody, and there's going to be no "I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face for talking" crazy repercussions.
and not just the no bullying, but then there's the social promotions where, a lot of school districts aren't allowed to even hold children back because they failed. You
We ain't
gotta,
even getting into no fucking child left behind. That's the
yeah,
dumbest fucking shit in history. Like America wasn't already 44th in worldwide education when that started. Yeah, that's gonna help.
yeah. Social promotions to me are just placating people.
Not to mention everybody gets a fucking trophy for sports. No, some people
Well,
are
and
better
then
than
there's
fucking
that.
others at things, and
Exactly.
some of y'all need to be at home reading a book.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. You don't get a trophy because your team sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, and you just happen to be there. You're not important. Stop
Yeah.
lying to yourself and your kids.
Which
Maybe we're gonna get into
actually
the parents of the fat cheerleader. God damn it.
Which, well, there's nothing wrong with fat cheerleaders because I've seen some fat cheerleaders that can move. Okay,
Some,
I've
generally
seen
speaking.
some, so I'm
Yeah, I've
saying,
seen some.
look, don't
Are you
sleep
gonna
on
say
fat
most?
cheerleaders. Well, most cheerleaders aren't fat, but I have seen some fat cheerleaders, and
Times
I've
are
seen
changing.
I see some big
I
ones that
I'm gonna go 1 for 10.
well, I'll say the fat cheerleaders that I've seen have actually been able to do the moves. That they're not just out there just because. And I'm talking about high school and up. Like I'm not talking about like the cheerleaders that are 8 and 9 years old because you know ain't none of them hardly any. So I'm talking about once you're old enough that you ought to be able to do a little something. That kind of segues into Magic's topic.
Oh, you punk motherfucker.
Well, you wanted to know to what extent is it other people's responsibility to accommodate your mental health.
First and foremost, I'm gonna need y'all people to stop using mental health as an excuse. If you just can't handle life, you just can't handle life. So be it. But
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
think it's
technically that's mental
the
health.
nah. There's a fucking difference between this shit is actually
Being a
damaging
wimp.
my psyche. Yeah, you pussy.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that means that you are, in some way mentally incapable. You know,
No, that means you're a fucking chump and you need to learn how to deal with the world around you. Not everybody's here to kiss your ass.
I agree. I agree.
And I'm not picking on Naomi specifically because even she, after all the fucking remixes they made of what she said, she was
Right.
basically like, look, talking to y'all is fucking with my self esteem. I don't need that when I'm trying to do my job.
Naomi who?
Osaka
Yeah, the tennis player.
yeah, yeah. Because she doesn't want to talk to the press. And I will say this about the press, and this is like all the sports that I watch: basketball, football, every now and then hockey, because hockey town, um, and tennis, and every now and then golf, because I'm old. Reporters like to ask stupid ass questions. Like I have heard some of the most idiotic fucking questions.
Hmm.
I'm like, how do you have
Hmm.
how is this your job? And that is the question you choose to ask.
Because you
Hmm.
know a lot of motherfuckers are doing this shit for the viral moment or the
Hmm.
entertainment value.
Hmm.
They're not actually trying to report anything.
I'm like,
Any.
I'm gonna need y'all to ask a more intelligent question than LeBron. How did it feel to be put out of the playoffs in the first round? Fuck you think it felt? What kind of dumb ass question is that? And so I really don't blame athletes for not wanting to answer dumbass questions. Like I really
I
don't.
understand that, but it's contractually obligated for most of them.
Yes, but and here's my thing. Here's my thing about tennis and their response to Naomi, and the sports world in general, and sports reporters in general, and their response to Naomi. For every one person who doesn't like talking to the press, there's probably another five who love to get their face up in the place.
Oh, easily.
Go talk to them. Like,
Well,
why do
the
you
thing
have to
is,
talk to
being that
them?
it's contractually obligated because these TV stations pay a lot to have access to these athletes,
Yeah,
at
but
some
Okay,
still.
point you just gotta adjust to this shit.
okay, but
Yeah.
I'm
here's
with
the
Venus
yeah, but
said, like,
I
yeah, I
yeah
don't
I,
particularly like it either, but
no,
y'all
that's
motherfuckers
not what
can't do
Venus
what I
said.
do, so
That's not what Venus said. Venus
Venus
said
came out and said that shit don't bother me because I know you motherfuckers can't
that's
do
what
what
she
I
said.
do, so
That is
eat
what
a
she
dick.
said. That is what she said. She was like, basically, you motherfuckers are asking me dumbass questions because you're not as talented as I am, and so I just keep it moving, knowing that.
Not to
And
mention that even though I can understand not liking the media, I'm not a social person per se, my damn self. But the simple fact is, even in her not wanting to deal with the media, it made this story so fucking big. It's going to help
yes,
her down the line in sponsorship.
Which was also why she said, you know what? Y'all tripping because y'all made this bigger than what I intended it for it to be. So you know what? I'm just gonna
I made
bounce.
55 mil last year. I don't need this shit.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. She was just like, okay, well, I'm out.
Like
Which,
fuck y'all.
yeah. Although, I'm sorry, these contractual obligations, like I used to love to see Marshawn Lynch press conferences because
Oh yeah.
He was my favorite.
oh my god, he's still my like to this day he's one of my favorite people for that shit because they would sit there and ask him them dumbass questions and he would just give them the same dumbass answers over and over and over again.
If I gotta talk to
I
you
like how he
motherfuckers, here you
handled
go.
it.
Yeah, this is
I like
what you're
how
going to
Russell
get.
Westbrook handles it.
But
Like,
yeah, like okay, like when I watch tennis, I don't watch tennis for the interviews. Okay, I want to see the games. Like, they keep saying, "Oh, well, it's so that these people are paying money so that they have access to the tennis." No, they're paying money so that they can
watch the game.
televise the damn match. And that's what I want to see, the match. I really don't care. Like, you don't really need to interview the loser after the match. Like, I could do without that, honestly.
There's some entertainment value to it.
There is no entertainment value to it, especially in this day and age, because everybody says the same goddamn thing. So, at what point is it entertaining to
Then
hear
she
the
can fuck
same
and I do better next year.
exactly? And she played great, and
I
and
don't
Mm-hmm.
want to speak on it
it's
for
it's
tennis
all
specifically, but there's like in the case of I'm more of a basketball head. I love what the fuck Trey Young is doing to the Knicks. Like
oh
it's
well, yes,
completely assholish. I talk to him after the game and go, "Why'd you
okay,
bow?" I
but
bowed
that
because I heard there's a lot of shows here and the show was over, so I put on my performance. Like, yeah, I want to see
but
that
okay,
type of shit.
yes, but that is what I'm saying. That is a perfect example of what I'm saying. For every Marshawn Lynch in the sports world, there's five Trey Youngs that are dying to get up there and give you some entertainment. Go talk to them. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like
Yep.
go talk to
It
them.
shouldn't be it shouldn't be contractual obligations. You just talk to the people who want to be talked to.
Yes, because there are a lot of people who love to get their face on television. And Trey Barge is one of them. He he loves to troll the Knicks, and good for him. It's entertainment for us. It's fun for him. It's even
Yeah.
fun for the Knicks. They
I
won't,
miss assholes in basketball.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't miss them because they're still there. It's not fun for me to have you stick a microphone in front of somebody's mouth who doesn't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fun for me to see either.
I'm entertained by their complete uncomfortability with all the shit. And it's wrong, I will admit that much,
Yeah.
but
See, that
hey,
doesn't
it's part of the
entertain me at
fucking
all.
job. What do you want?
Yeah, that doesn't
All of us
entertain me at
got part of our
all.
fucking job we don't like. We still there.
It would entertain me if every now and then one of them got, one of them just went, and punched him. That would be entertaining.
Yeah, like, ain't nobody
Violent.
trying to fuck up their money like that, but you can
Right.
Kyrie Irving it every now and then.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to do that. So, you're just going to get the
That's now
same,
violent.
you're just going to get the same pat answers that you always get. So,
And that is the real way to stop getting them to try to interview you. Be fucking boring.
well, and almost all of them are. Except for like I said, there's a Trey Young every now and then. And those are the ones, go interview them. It's not that I think that it's anyone else's responsibility to accommodate your mental health. Um, but I also think it's probably incumbent upon most of us to try not to be assholes about stuff.
That much
like,
is true indeed, but at some point
Notify
you
the
have to
general
take
public of that. I mean, shit.
well, and that's what
accountability
I'm
as a
saying.
person. If
But
somebody is disrespecting how you feel at the moment, you gotta have the ability to just be like, "Yo, I'm not dealing with that shit right now."
Well, but you don't, and that's what I'm saying. As far as these press conferences go, like in Naomi's case,
Yes, all
she
you
doesn't
have to do is
have
be born.
she doesn't have the ability to say I'm not dealing with it. She has to stand there and
Yes,
answer
she
the damn
does,
question.
but she has to sit there and do it. But she could be
No,
completely through the whole interview like, "Yeah, I don't want to answer that."
do you
No,
watch?
I'm not doing that right now.
No, do you watch tennis?
Not like that, but Russell
Okay,
Westbrook does it all the fucking time.
yes, but it's not the same. See, basketball players, what they get to do, okay, after their game, they get to go in their locker room. They get to they get to talk to their teammates, and they take a shower, and then they come out to the press conference. Okay,
I
if you
mean,
watch
they do
the
some immediately after the game, but
it
usually they'll only interview whoever won.
exactly in tennis, especially these majors, they grab you when you just lost your match. They grab you before you walk off the court and stick a microphone in your face.
And you
Yo,
all
she
hyped up
made
off adrenaline and everything else.
55 million last year. If somebody getting on your nerves for 2 fucking minutes, suck it up, punk.
Well, yes, but also if you cuss somebody out, now it's your fault. you
Ah,
know.
well, bet you they won't ask you no goddamn questions next game.
Well, yes, I bet the hell they will. They'll ask you even
No, I
more.
bet somebody else will, but not
Yeah.
them.
But yeah, so I mean, I do think that, and that was really what she was saying was the after court press conference, you know, and
Let
it
me be
is
clear. I don't think she's wrong in how she feels, but hey, part of the job, pimping.
no, but I'm saying that that is a little unfair to grab someone in that moment and say you have to talk, you have to.
You want this money?
I mean, the press conferences. I would be more willing to do the press conferences than to grab me after. I mean, because and that's why again you get the same answers over and over again. Doesn't matter if it's the men tennis players or the women tennis players.
You know
You
who's the
know.
greatest example of this? Greg Popovich. Do what he
Oh,
does.
Oh my God, pop interviews are the best, aren't they?
Yeah.
But people don't leave him alone. They still want to stick the microphone.
Okay, but the whole interview's over in 30 seconds.
Yes, but it's entertaining because,
Yes.
and also Belichick, the devil, as I call him.
Gotta be the devil.
Why do you? I
'Cause
was gonna say, why you call him the devil?
Bill Belichick,
Yes.
But you have no disrespect for your boy Roethlisberger,
the Patriots coach,
the rapist.
never charged, but okay.
Yeah, all right. That makes
Anyway,
people
Bill
innocent.
Belichick is the devil, um, and we'll just leave it at that. And Tom
You
Brady,
will, but okay.
but it's come to my attention that he may not actually be the devil. He may just have been the devil's minion at one time. It may be, it may be that Tom Brady is the actual devil, but
You will
Ooh,
not
I
disrespect
don't
the
know.
greatest white man in sports history.
Is the devil sure?
you trying to get all kind of hate mail?
I don't give a fuck. I hated him at Michigan. I hated him in New England. Um, who else was gonna make the fucking tuck rule happen? Don't get me started on that game because no, I'm not over it.
All he does is win, 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 no matter what.
Okay, so anyway, so Star, you have a problem with half-assing.
I'm in Ra.
You think if we're in for a penny, we should be in for a pound, right?
Okay, so I went to go get a corned beef sandwich the other day. They were only doing curbside during the height.
Okay.
So now you can actually go in the facility, right?
Right.
Place your order. They're they're not the necessarily the most speedy people. You're gonna probably
No.
be in there for about a good 15 or 20 minutes to
Right.
get your
Just waiting on your order.
just waiting
Right.
on your order, right? So I get my sandwich and I go to sit down and they tell me, you know, no, the dine in isn't open. And in my mind, like, why the fuck not? Because if I can stand in here for 15 to 15 minutes waiting on you to get my shit together, I can't sit here for 20 minutes and eat.
Right.
I
Right.
Yeah.
mean, if you want to call it for safety reasons, then still do curbside. So what is happening, and I believe in a lot of these places, they have figured out that closing down their dining room area makes
Mhm.
them more productive. They don't have to have maybe one extra body on staff because you don't have to have anybody out there cleaning up the lobby and
Cleaning
all of that.
up. Right.
Okay. And so they just decided to leave their dining rooms closed, which is inconvenient as hell. Especially if you're like on lunch at work, you going in to get you relegated to your car because you motherfuckers don't want to wipe tables down. Like, get the hell out of here. But they use COVID as the excuse.
Yes.
Gotta get that money, man.
Yes. I mean, it's all a money game in the end.
It is.
Standard capitalism.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I mean, like I personally, it's not an issue for me because most places I don't like to, you know, go and sit in. Mostly because their
You don't want
dining
to be
room.
outside.
Well, not just that, but a lot of places their dining rooms are just nasty to begin with, and I just don't like to deal with that. Um, I'm like, you go in those places and some of the like every table is nasty, and I'm like, I can't. So I would rather just get my shit and go. Um, but I do understand that there are some people who would rather just sit there and eat their food. Or if a lot of times if you go with a group of people, y'all want to sit down, you know, and eat and converse and have a good time.
That's
So
just
I
like
get
me
it.
as a photographer. A lot of times, we go out and do these little photo walks and stuff like that. And then we come back and, grab something to eat and, go over the photos and have conversation and stuff. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, again, if it's supposed to be a safety thing, then just continue to do curbside. If that's what you freaking concerned about, but it's not that. It's that you figured out that you saved a little bit of money by closing down your dining room, and that's that.
Yeah, and not having to clean it every
Hmm.
5-10 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hustle real hard. Hustle real hard.
It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
I mean, it is, but I mean, I guess if I'm looking at it from the restaurant's point of view, I can see it. But I mean, you're absolutely right. Either you're open or you're not. And if you're going to
Either
have
you're
a
open
dining
or
room,
you're not.
yeah. And if you're
Are you
going to
leaving
have,
tip?
right, well, you don't leave a tip at those places.
No,
Um,
That's what I was thinking. So
yeah,
really, the
because a
actual
customer liable to.
employee is getting fucked over, but the business is making more money.
right. Yeah, I mean,
America.
because the actual sit down, what do they call them? Casual dining establishments.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you can go sit in those. Yeah, they're yeah they're opening their dining rooms because you know The places that you can leave a tip, oh yeah, you best believe they're opening their dining rooms.
But these little like wing joints and like different little places like that, they like really piss me off with that shit. Like they got their tables up against the wall. Like I stopped at one place about 2 months ago, and again, they were doing curbside only for a little while, but then they had like these booth like benches because they are very slow. If you ordering anything besides a corned beef
Hmm.
sandwich, they are very very slow. So they had these benches for people to sit down and wait. They took all the benches and turned them up against the wall and don't want you sitting them so that you don't sit in them. So you basically want me to just stand here for the next 25 minutes while I wait for you to like really.
Oh yeah, well I
But
wouldn't
did
do
you do it?
that. I would, I would place my order and then go sit in my damn car because I'm not about to, nah, sit up there and
But
stare
not
at you and wait.
everybody drives. What if somebody's on the
Well,
bus? What
that
if
is
somebody
absolute.
walked up there?
That is
Like,
absolute. That is absolutely true. But
what if
yeah,
you have an older person who just doesn't want to walk all the way back to their car? They
then
just rather
they
sit there and wait.
then they need to. I guess they have to find a different establishment, or because yeah, the
Chicken
establishment that
Ho?
you're talking about, they are absolutely slow as hell. Like,
This
like
is another one. This is
oh,
another
another
one.
one.
I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Yep. Both of them are slow, but this other place is slower.
Oh, and that's hard for me to believe.
Mm-mm. Mr. Corned Beef over there on 8 Mile. Yeah, I'm dropping names. The first one was Lou's Deli over there on Greenfield. Get your shit together. Um,
Oh, well, all the loose
Right
delis
here?
are slow, not just the one
um,
on Greenfield. So
And that Mr. Corned Beef over there on 8 Mile is the one that I'm talking about. They are extremely slow. If you're ordering corned beef sandwiches, they crank those out pretty fast. But anything besides that, don't order some wings. I realize it take time for them suckers to cook, but damn.
Mm,
mm,
mm, mm.
yeah, yeah, but no, I agree. Like if you're gonna open, just open. Damn.
Just
At this
open.
point, you know,
Like
because
at this point, people are sick of the restrictions, and if there anybody that's still concerned about the restrictions, or I'm sorry, that is concerned about the virus has learned to navigate their lives by now
yeah,
around or to
yeah,
lessen, you know, the chances of them getting the virus. So they're
yeah,
probably not coming to you anyway.
yeah. Or they've gone and got their little needle stick and called it a day. If you're that concerned, but I mean,
And
I
that's
feel
a whole
like
nother thing. Some of these places are putting up signs now that says that say masks are required unless you have the vaccination. And then like I
how
was
can you
asked twice,
prove that?
how can you fucking prove that?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Without a card?
who gonna carry that shit around with them?
These nervous motherfuckers around here.
Oh well, hell, I don't even know where mine is, honestly. I don't even know
You
where the
got the
damn thing
shots?
is. Huh?
Said you got the shots?
I got the first one. I haven't gotten the second one yet, but I mean,
they gave
Out
you a
here
card.
half-assing.
yeah, they give you a little card saying that that you've gotten the shot or whatever.
I'm
But
waiting to see them on the black market.
it also has a whole bunch of personal information on it. So I'm not about to be out here flashing it to strangers. I mean, at this point, protect yourself and, I mean, I hate to say don't be worrying about other motherfuckers, but hey, don't be worrying about other motherfuckers because they have a choice, and if they choose, if they make the choice that they don't want to be protected, then that's on them at this point. You know, I mean, we've gotten to a place. Well, I mean, most of us have gotten to a place where the hospitals aren't as overwhelmed, and like I feel like that should be a thing. Like, If you
Word.
choose, not to protect yourself, um, and the hospital is on jam, then you ought to have to wait longer than the person who did because, hey,
How do they gauge that though?
well, and that's what I'm saying, and then I can see you pulling out your card like, hey, but
That's not fair either because then you have somebody like me who's allergic. I'm not taking it just because I don't want to protect
no, no,
myself.
no, 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 no. But that's a different issue, though, because that's a medical reason. That is a bona fide medical reason. But it's a whole bunch of these assholes out here who are just like, I don't believe in it. Let the shit take its course or whatever. And then when they wind up with their asses in the ER, it's woe is me. Treat me now. When there's a whole line of people waiting. So like those people, I don't feel sorry for them because
I'll say this.
they told you what not to do and you went and did it and now your ass is in the ER and you're taking beds away from people who were infected through no fault of their own. So
I'll say this.
that irritates me.
Even if I weren't allergic, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be getting that shot.
Word.
Okay. And that's a choice. And that's what I'm saying. That's a choice. And so, if you want to go and sit in a place full of a whole bunch of motherfuckers who may or may not, be infected and or vaccinated, then that's on you at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
on you. That is
yeah,
your personal choice.
yeah.
Like, and I think that kind of goes to Magic's topic. Like, at some point, you have to let people make their own mistakes. You have to,
Hmm.
at some point, you have to
Yes.
stop claiming responsibility for other people's health. Like,
Hmm.
And on
I
the
mean,
rail, if I end up with COVID, okay,
well, and that's what I'm saying. And if you end up with
it will be
COVID,
through my own hard headedness. I'm not going to blame the world. I'm not going to be like, woe is me, pray for me, start a GoFundMe. Like,
well,
nope, I made this decision and I'm going to tough it the fuck out.
or not, or you'll die. But my point is
At
that,
Damn.
2 point something percent odds of dying, I known enough 70 some year old fat people that survived it. I think I'm good.
yeah, and okay, but I'm just saying that if
A
that's what you
20% chance of catching herpes, like, let's
herpes don't
prioritize what we're
kill you.
scared of here.
But anyway, I don't know what
COVID
strains of
really
herpes.
doesn't either. It's 2 point something
I don't
percent.
know what strain of herpes you. But anyway,
According to Valtrex commercials, one in every five
okay.
adults
My
has
point
genital herpes.
is, do what you want to
Ah!
do. My
I only
god
know this because
damn.
I had just fucked a chick bareback the first time I saw one of those commercials, and it's rung out in my head ever since.
Okay, great. But my point is, you make a decision about your own health,
Yep.
good or bad. And at some point, like, when we were in the thick of this damn thing, that was one thing. And again, the only reason why people cared, or the only reason why people should have cared, was because the hospitals were overrun. And so, people who were going to get treated for like regular shit couldn't get treated because all these other motherfuckers was in there with COVID. So, when you're trying to slow that down, that's one thing. But now, I mean, hey, whatever. I mean, do you? I mean, cause like I'm one of those people who like I don't do flu shots. Don't do them. Don't like them.
True.
Don't do them. I've had the flu maybe 3 times in my adult life, and each time it's been after I got the flu shot. But that's neither here nor there. But I make a calculation every year that if I get the flu, so be it. You know what I mean? And yes, the flu can also kill me. But I make that calculation in my head that if I get it, so be it. And I don't expect everybody else to feel sorry for me if I get the flu. But I'm also one of those people.
Accountability is so sexy.
I'm also one of those people who likes to be left alone when they're sick and not doted upon. So.
What's sexy?
Accountability.
Yeah.
I just heard him say me.
Oh Lord.
Selective hearing.
But anyway, so there it is.
Another one in the books.
Another
Or
one
the
in the
internet.
books. Yes.
Hey you. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. And if you don't, tell everybody you know like 50 times.
At least.
It is the Threesome Pod on Twitter, the Threesome Podcast on the gram. Dot, dot, dot.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Salutations.